Hey guys, it's Nikki J. You are watching Out of Pocket, and joining me is multi-Grammy nominated artist and producer James Artissen. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So let's hop right into it. Brother Franco just interviewed you, and I had a few questions. I'm just fascinated because you're few of the people that have actually met Michael Jackson, and I don't want to make that interview about that, but I'm just curious as of what did that do to your soul?
A lot, because I was young. I was 11 years old, and at first I didn't really know how to feel. I was just like, wow, I got to meet one of my idols, if not the idol, and it happened so fast. I was just trying to kind of process it in the moment, but
Yeah.
not all the way. But after some time, it definitely hit me. I'm like, okay, that was cool.
Did it influence you or have an influence on who you are today?
Oh yeah, for sure, because it definitely gave me confirmation. I'm like, okay, I think music and entertainment is, where I'm headed. And
Yeah.
I never looked back after that, really.
Do you feel like R&B nowadays has lost its soul?
Um,
Because I do want to mention you just had a song, Blank Face, drop today. Congratulations on
yes,
that.
thank you.
And every time when I hear your music has not lost its soul in R&B. And
Thank you,
it gives
thank
me that high school feeling, that good music felt back then. So thank you for bringing that to the industry because we
appreciate that.
lack it. So with that being said, how do you feel about that?
I don't think it lost the soul. I think that people are just becoming lazy in the concepts of songs and the writing. I think people are just so in a way of what I would call microwave music
Yeah.
that they want to create something so quick and so fast and put it out and get these streams and get these numbers, but they're forgetting about the actual quality of the music and forgetting about just taking your time with it. To me, it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? So if that's out the window, then yeah, we're gonna get an influx of not so great music.
I saw a meme where they was making fun of how, some of the R&B music isn't as sensual as it used to be. They get straight to the point, straight to Pound Town. What's the art that we're lacking within that? Not with your music specifically, but just some of the things that we hear that's moving out right now. We've kind of lost that.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. But, at the same time, we're in a different landscape in music and in culture. And unfortunately, there's a vast majority of people who like the mediocrity.
Yeah.
That's what's selling. So it's kind of, it's two sides to it. It's like those are the people that are buying, right? So what do you have to do? You got to cater to those who are buying, right? To meet your quota, quote unquote. But at the same time, of course, there's a vast majority of people who enjoy quality music and who enjoy, actual writing and enjoy musicianship and enjoy, actually a good performance in the music. And, it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure. You got to think about it. Some of these artists are signed to labels, signed to other companies. They got obligations. Sometimes everything is not up to them. They got to do what they got to do to make their money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody doesn't have the luxury of moving how they want to or at their will, and especially getting to the masses with it. You know what I'm saying? That's a luxury.
Yeah. So with that being said, it's a reflection of your name, James Artissen. You're craftsman of your craft. What's the relevance of that?
Well, artisan is pretty much the definition of you being the best at what you do, whatever that is. So I just thought that name was befitting for me because I've always had the confidence in myself that I'm great. I'm great at everything that I touch, everything that I do. Not in an arrogant way, but in a way that I put so much blood, sweat, and tears and work and dedication into my craft, that name just spoke to me.
Yeah, that's awesome. I did want to talk to you about the album that you and Big Get put out that was pretty much an innovative approach. We talked about it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell everybody a little bit about that and why it was so innovative for you guys to collab and make an entire album?
Yeah, shout out to Big Gip, the whole Goody Mob, the Dungeon family. You know, those guys are like my OGs.
Mm-hmm.
So long story short, I met Gip about 4 years ago. Actually, we both met at my studio. At the time, I was working with the rapper Corrupt. And Corrupt was working on a project at the time. I was producing for him. And he would frequent my studio from time to time when he was in Atlanta. And basically, me and Corrupt were working on a specific song. And we were kind of going back and forth on ideas. I produced the song, but I was also on the hook of the song. Corrupt did a verse, and he had an idea of putting another rapper on the song. And I guess Gip was an idea
Yeah.
for him to get on the song. And I thought it was interesting because I had never really met Gip one-on-one like that. We met in passing years prior, but never one-on-one. And it was a different style of song for him. Like, you know, everybody knows, you know, Goody Mob was more, you know, social, political, anti kind of, you know, subject matter. This was more about life, love, you know? So I'm like, okay, that's different. He's like, okay, I'm gonna call him. So Gip pulls up an hour later and we meet. He writes his verse on the spot, lays it down. I'm like, okay, cool. So we got one. Then that kind of turned into us doing more music together. So we kept in touch. We ended up doing another song called Night Drive with John William Flautist. That song did really, really well. We did a music video for it. It was all over TV. And then I ended up dropping another single called TikTok, which featured Gip. And that did very well. And then that's what kind of sparked the project between me and Gip called Gip and Worthy. And that was like this, because this was beginning of 2023. At the time, nobody was doing collab projects.
Right.
Like no rapper, no R&B artist, or singer for that matter. Nobody was doing joint EPs or joint projects. So we were like, I think people would really gravitate to this because nobody would expect it. Nobody's expecting James and Gip at all, let alone a whole project, let alone the subject matter. You know what I mean? And then it was new for both of us. I had never did a whole project with another artist. He had never did a project like this with another artist. So it just worked.
It had to, yeah, I could imagine. It just had to kind of mesh together.
Yeah,
Because,
and it was easy. It was no ego involved.
Right.
There was no back and forth. You know, he trusted me, I trusted him, and we dropped it. As soon as we dropped it, top 5 on iTunes. We had a top 90 Billboard single off that project. We had a #1 single on Amazon. We had a #1 single on Shazam. We had the #1 single on Spotify. So we was killing it.
yeah.
And I think that's when everybody started paying attention.
yeah.
And we're like, ooh, if they could do it, we could do it.
Yeah.
And then that's how that happened.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. Yeah. Well, I think that's amazing. I'm kind of stubborn. I have a hard time working with people. Me and Franco, we got that chemistry to where, we kind of balance each other out. But, to be able to collab with somebody nowadays, you would think like a lot of ego get involved into it. So
It's tough.
I'm glad it worked out. It was meant to be.
Yeah, it was. But it's tough because, I've worked with so many people and, everybody got their different ways of working and, different attitudes and personalities and, good or bad.
Yeah.
And, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I've had opportunities to do collaborative projects with other artists in the past, but it just didn't pan out.
Yeah.
But with this one, I think the stars was just aligned. And plus we had already worked prior anyway before the project, so I think that's kind of what helped the situation too.
Okay.
But I think even past it, because I'm just such a perfectionist that like we could probably do something, whether it was him or anybody else. Like I could do something with somebody, and it might sound super dope to them, but when I hear it, I might hear something that they don't.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I gotta go back in and tweak this. I gotta go back in and do that. You know what I'm saying? That's just my producer ear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's, sometimes you need that because everybody's ears are different and everybody hears things different, and you need a producer that understands detail. And I'm a very detailed person. Like even Gip would tell you, I'm probably sometimes too detailed, but it's for good reason.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me.
Oh, thank you.
Don't forget about me when you have that album party next year.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a movie. It's gonna be a movie.
Yeah, you got to check out his single, like right now, Blank Face. Where can we find it?
Yes, Blank Face is available all streaming platforms. Your Spotify's, your Apple's, Tidal, whatever you got, it's available. Go download it, go stream it, go buy it. Let me know what you think. Just to kind of let everybody know the style of song, what it is. It's definitely R&B, pop, electronic kind of style.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm going right now, is more worldly music,
Yeah.
more international style. Of course, on the album you'll hear definitely R&B for sure, but we wanted to just kind of step outside the box a little bit with this.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to listening to it into its entirety.
Appreciate that.
Thank you so much, guys. You're watching Out of Pocket. Until next time. Thank you, James. You're so easy to talk to.